There are a number of YouTube videos that talk about selling options is the best income generating strategy. And, for someone who is an options trader and predominantly an options seller, I can't disagree with that statement. However, what all of these people talk about is what they don't actually show, if they do it in real life or not, is are they actually generating income to quit their day jobs inside the future? That's the goal that I'm going for. I'm not there yet, but what I really wanted to do is to do a trading for a living experiment or challenge, whatever you want to call it, and with the goal of, can I make a consistent living selling options? And I've given myself a whole year to kind of do this challenge, and I'll go through all the rules. I've also done my first trades, which I'll share in this video. So make sure you like and you subscribe. And make sure you hit that bell notification, because I'll be doing this weekly, showing you the updates in terms of a 9 to 5 job versus trading, and we'll be tracking all the numbers. And it's going to be fun. I'm really enjoying this. And let's get right into some of the rules, the challenges, the tracking, and also the trades. So the first thing I needed to understand is, how much income do we need to make, right? And what I've decided to do for this is to take the average US salary, right? Because I appreciate some people's incomes are going to be greater than, 53.5K, or below 53.5K. So I've used the US Bureau of Labor Statistics, which I think is probably the best data source I can find, to pick an income goal. So this works out to roughly just over $1,000 for a 40-hour work week. So, and I'll go into this, I'm predominantly going to be trading weekly to 2 weekly options, but my goal here is to basically make over $1,000 a week selling options. And we'll go into selling options and the trading strategy in a second. But if we go through the rules, right? So this is going to be on a demo account, right? So a demo account using Interactive Brokers, it's live options data. So we're going to get the right prices. It's just slightly delayed. It's not real time options. It's slightly delayed by a couple of minutes. It's not going to make that much of a difference in the grand scheme of things between live and demo. It will give us the same type of results that we need. And we're not doing like in and out trades straight away. These are selling options. So it might be a few dollars in terms of from a fill price, but with the numbers we're talking at in the grand scheme of the numbers, it's going to be pretty much real time. Now, what I've been doing, I've been Googling in terms of how much you need to trade for a living, and I'm getting results anywhere from 50,000 all the way up to $250,000. Now, having a look at how I trade, how much money I'm producing on a weekly basis selling options, I feel to get to these numbers, I think I can do this on 125K. Now, that's a bit of a stretch, and we'll go into some of the headwinds of this challenge in a second, but I'm confident in my abilities to do so. And again, this is going to be in a cash account, so I'm not going to leverage margin and do silly things. I'm going to try to be consistent with 125K. So when you sell options, the way you generate income is that the buyer of the option pays you a credit, right? Similar to car insurance, is you're there offering some type of insurance for the price to go up or down, and someone will pay you a premium to hedge or to insure themselves against a position that they have. And it's these premiums that when you sell options, a lot of people talk about that you can withdraw that as income, because as soon as you place the trade, you get the income straight away. You don't have to wait for the trade to finish. You get the income or net credit or premium, however you want to call it, directly into your brokerage account. So the way we're going to do this is, as soon as I place the trade, I will get the net credit. I am booking that net credit on the day, week, month that I place the trade, not when I exit the trade. That's how I'm going to do it, and we'll go through the tracker, which will make a lot of sense in a second. All the premiums have to be withdrawn as income; they cannot be reinvested. And for me, it's all about consistency. So not only have I got a goal to get over, well, just over 50, 52, 53K, but at a minimum, I need to be making 2.5K a month, because the thing is when you trade, trading can be inconsistent, but your bills, your mortgage, your rent, your utilities, they're not inconsistent. They are consistent. You have a mortgage payment to pay every single month. So I've set the goal to at least make 2.5K minimum every single month to cover, necessities, food, shelter, and stuff, because, I think a lot of people probably earn a lot less than that average. So, 32.5K is still a lot of money. And considering the amount of time I'm going to invest in this in terms of actually placing the trades, looking at charts and stuff, you know, I still think making 2.5K a month is a pretty decent income. So that is the goal, and we'll be tracking both how I'm doing overall against the overall income goal, but am I hitting the 2.5K as well? So they're the rules of the challenge. In terms of my trading approach, you know, I've got to make 43% cash on cash ROI inside the next 12 months. And that sounds pretty aggressive. It is aggressive, but this is why we're challenging ourselves. We're doing this experiment. How much money do you really need to trade for a living? So I think we'll all learn a lot from the next 52 weeks. So in terms of the trading strategy, and again, I might do a dedicated video, but I do have dedicated videos on selling options and the wheel strategy, which will be in the top right or down below in the description. But the wheel strategy effectively is that I'll be first selling puts, so I don't own shares at the moment in any company, to potentially acquire shares. And if I get assigned those shares, I will then sell covered calls to then sell my shares. So again, if that sounds complicated, let me know in the comments. I'll do a dedicated video, but there is a video on there of the wheel strategy that I do have, that I did around a year ago. So that will hopefully give you a little bit more information. So in terms of stocks that I need to select, right, I've got 125K in cash. So the two things that I'm really interested in is high volatility and high premium. And the two that I've looked at, or the two that I've done my first two trades on, is Facebook or Meta and Tesla. And the other reason, which I didn't put on the slide, is I do believe in the long-term future of these two companies. So I do expect, Meta and Tesla to go up. And I probably should have said it, the wheel strategy is a bullish strategy. So you expect stocks to be going up while you're trying to attempt to do this strategy. And I do believe over the next 12 months to a year, considering that we are officially inside a recession with two negative GDP quarters, and the bear market, there's a lot of things going on, that I'm still attempting to do this challenge. I don't know why I'm doing it now, but it is what it is. So, and as I mentioned, I'm probably going to do weekly to bi-weekly options. So in terms of the headwinds here, and again, I've put it on the screen, 43% return in a year is quite a lot. But again, I'm making that in my actual real live account, obviously not with 125K, but best part of 80, 90,000. I made 52% last year, and I'm on track to do about 30 to 35% this year in this bear market. So as I mentioned, the wheel strategy is a bullish strategy. So we are currently inside a bear market. So again, this again is going against me at the moment. As I mentioned, we're in a recession, high volatility. All of these things probably isn't the best environment to be, selling options in. But again, I've been doing this now for a couple of years. I feel confident. I feel confident that in my ability with the attempt to roll options, and you'll learn. I will get into trouble in some of these trades, and hopefully we can go through these together, and you can learn and educate yourself if this is something you're interested in or starting to understand about options. So let's go have a look at my first two trades. So let's go to this tracker over here first. So the first trade I did this week was on Tesla. So Tesla, I sold the August 5th 720 put. So I did this on, I can't remember when I did it. Oh yeah, I did it on the 26th. So it's about a week and a half. Week and a half expiration, 720. So if we go to the Tesla's chart, in terms of technical analysis, because this is what we're going to have to do. We're going to have to do some TA. We're going to have to work out where we are and try pick appropriate strikes to because I'm trying to hit a weekly goal of 1,000, so I have to be mindful of that as well, trying to be as safe as possible. And to be honest, I timed this pretty well. When I placed it, it was just during this period here when Tesla started to tank. So when you sell options, you really want to sell options when the market is or when the stock is going down for two reasons. One is the put premium will be higher to sell. Um, and secondly, you can get a lower strike because price is going down. So I've been in this kind of, well, I say Tesla's been in this kind of wedge triangle piece, and then it's now broken out from here. So we were around this area here, so this price action wasn't there when I did it, and I thought, okay, I need to get around $1,000. I knew Meta, I did a couple of days later due to waiting for their earnings, and for this particular strategy, it worked out well, and we'll go through that. I wanted to make sure I had something in this triangle because if it was in this triangle, I think price would have ranged if I got assigned or if I could have rolled it down. So I was happy with 720, and I think when I looked at the account, I think I've already collected 700 of the 950 that is available to me. So again, I've sold that one, August 5th, 720 put, and Meta. So Meta, I did it yesterday on the day after its earnings release, and Meta absolutely tanked by 5-6%. So I wanted to wait for Meta's earnings to see what happened. And for this particular strategy, it worked out really, really well because it was down 5.22% on the day. It was down by 6-7% by the time I put this on. And they're in this descending triangle over here. And again, this level seemed to have held pretty well. But I managed to get the 148 put. And I got that for $2.20 per share, so 100 shares, $220. Again, August 5th. So both these are August 5th, and again, I did this 2 days later because again, I was waiting for Meta's earnings. So overall, I'm quite happy with how this has started. So this sheet you'll see a lot, which is the income tracker. So what we've got the weeks, we've got the months, and again, I've just done 4 weeks. I'm starting last week of July. Every 4 weeks is a month. We know how much the weekly goal is, and this adds up to the 53.5K. And then we've got the trading. So this is what I'll update, and these are basically the two numbers here. So all the buybacks and rolls will all go in this sheet. And you can see we made just over $1,100. So therefore we are $141 up at 14% of the weekly goal. And what I think was quite interesting as well is the time taken to accumulate the money, right? Now, again, in a day job, you're spending 40 hours to go make the $1,000. And, I spent around an hour in accumulation of the week. And I've included in there, the TA analysis and me checking my phone. I don't really think checking my phone and stuff because it's all part of my natural kind of thing, but we'll call that work if you want. It's probably slightly less, but I've rounded up. And that gives you a net positive of 39 hours free time, or to still continue with your day job potentially and work during lunch, and or getting a part-time job, a side gig. So again, this is making money, and the key thing is again is time, right? Not only, and again, things will be slightly different. This was a pretty good week for me starting this challenge out, but if you think about it, I've made the same amount of money and saving 39 hours to do what I want to do, which I think is actually great. So again, this is the lifestyle that people preach in terms of YouTube and stuff like that, and this is the lifestyle that I want to get to. So this is what I'll be doing. I really hope you've enjoyed this. Depending on when you're watching the video, episode 2 should be up, or if you are watching this when this video gets there, make sure you like, subscribe, hit that bell notification, and I shall see you guys in the next video.